Okay, so look, I'm on time. It is 7:32. I knew not to start at 7. There's a lot going on today. Um, CP time once again. Hopefully he'll start by 7:40. See Pam, I'm here and it's 7:32. Y'all just be trying to read me. Y'all see Pam trying to read your boy? Okay. So we have lots to talk about. Raindrops. We have so much to cover. Dustin is in the building. We have Claudia Jordan, who is going to join us. We got to talk about Potomac. We got to talk about Angel. Angel is. I mean, it's not funny. It's not funny. Baby, Angel is mad, baby. And her Angel is so mad that her sister is defending her on Threads. So we're gonna get into that. There's so much to talk about. We're gonna talk about Rihanna. Rihanna watches Monday Night Live apparently. Rihanna has agreed with Dustin Ross. We're gonna talk about that too, so stay tuned for that. Married to Medicine, we got to talk about Simone and the kids. So my recap with Dr. Heavenly, my full recap is on my YouTube, not my YouTube, my Patreon. It's on the Patreon. So make sure you guys check out my Married to Medicine recap with Dr. Heavenly is on Patreon. But I want to hear Dustin's thoughts on Simone and her kids. So me and Dustin are going to start the show, okay, with some hot topics. And then we're going to bring Claudia in, and then we're going to get into Potomac. So you do not want to miss this episode, okay? Ladies, gentlemen, gays and theys, give it up for the Dustin Ross.
What's up, Los? What's up, Raindrops? How y'all doing? What's going on?
Dustin, you have a good weekend?
Hell yeah, I did. All I got to say is, oh, Nana, what's my name? Okay, that's all I got to say, because Rihanna know it. How about that? How about that? Rihanna know it, baby. Okay, I'm loud.
I thought you were loud in other places where your name was being called loudly.
Yeah, well, I do like that. I like talking, all that noise making and shit. I don't like that. Let's talk through it. I like that. So yeah.
You like to give instructions?
More like call and response.
Just call me a first responder.
Like call and respond. You know what I'm saying? Total praise. Okay. So yeah. What I like, you know what I'm saying? We all got our likes, right? That's what I like. I like to talk.
I know. I'm the talker, clearly. This mouth doesn't close.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. That's what's up. Skill, like a Swiss Army knife. I love that about you. You wear a lot of hats, Lo. What's up, y'all? Shout out to the raindrops. I keep running into the raindrops all over.
Where?
I ran into some raindrops in New York City recently over the weekend. Shout out to all the raindrops. They show so much love, and I truly, truly appreciate it. So I'm happy to be here, man. What's going on?
No, listen, I'm happy to have you here. Listen, Dustin, there is a lot going on in terms of reality. And what's interesting is it's sort of like crossing into pop culture. So Raindrops.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, I implore you to watch it. First of all, before we get into all that, make sure y'all catch the Love and Marriage Huntsville holiday special that aired on Saturday. It's on the OWN app. Look, if you want to see me and the cast have fun and do what we do, you do not want to miss it. So look, we did not have a new episode this past Saturday. We do have a new episode coming up this Saturday, but please watch the holiday special, Christmas After Dark. It was really fun. Dustin, did you check it out?
You know I caught that, and you did an incredible job hosting that, Los. Good job, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. I love seeing that. You know, I love seeing the cast get to do other things, you know what I'm saying, and get to be just kind of featured and presented in that light. So I love seeing that. I hope y'all get a lot more specials like that. That was dope.
Thank you. No, it was good. It was good. And what it reminded me was how the camaraderie with the cast is still there. Despite what you may see and how they get into it and all that stuff, there still is love there. There still is love there. So that makes me happy that you all got a chance to check that out. But look, Claudia Jordan is coming up in 20 minutes. But before she comes in, Dustin, we have to get into the latest with who I consider to be a reality legend, a supermodel, a fashionista, entrepreneur, Kimora Lee Simmons. Okay. Her new show, Kimora Back in the Fab Lane, is airing every Tuesday at 10 o'clock 9 Central on E. I caught the first 2 episodes. I love the show.
Love it. Missed her on television so much and didn't realize how much I missed her until I watched that show. It's great to catch up with those children. It's great to understand because we've seen pictures of her and this new blended family that she has, and we didn't kind of know what the pieces were. So it was interesting to get that cleared up. You know what I'm saying? And then understand what her home life is like. Kimora is still interesting. She's got a lot of personality. She always has, and that's really been her superpower. So I love the show. It's good.
No, it's so good. And like you said, all the kids are grown up. You get a chance to really see what's going on with Ming Lee, Aoki, who we sort of grew up.
Beautiful young ladies. Yes.
Who we saw growing up, and they are definitely Kimora's children. Speaking of which, Kimora is in the news not only because her show is back, she's in the news because of the latest that's been going on between her and Russell Simmons, her first ex-husband and the father of Ming and Aoki. So Dustin, Kimora Lee Simmons was on a recent podcast, and she talked about how she doesn't get help from any of her baby daddies. That she pretty much is a single mother. She is doing this all on her own, and she feels like that is one of the biggest misconceptions about her, which is that. Unfortunately, Russell Simmons did not take too kindly of seeing that play out. He went on social media and talked about the fact that because of Kimora, he hasn't been able to see his children. He said to Kimora in a tweet on Instagram, rather, I gave you $50,000 a month for 20 years. I was your best and only friend. I'm the godfather of your other 3 kids until one day you stole my stock. I have been fighting for my kids' love and my bread ever since. You threatened that if I sued you, I would never speak to my kids again. There are 2 sides to every story. Before I read Kimora's response, Dustin, what are your thoughts on that?
So, number one, like I said, I love the show. Number 2, $50,000 a month is a lot of money to people like me and you and to the everyday person. When you got as much money as Russell Simmons is alleged to have had and have been worth in his lifetime, that's like $500 a month. You know what I'm saying? So it's not. It doesn't sound, it sounds better than it really is when you compare it to the actual numbers. Number 2, Kimora might not have a relationship with her baby daddies, but we all know that the real dust up between, first of all, this isn't the first time that Russell Simmons has gone to the internet to talk about what's going on or whatever between him and Kimora. Remember, there was a video where there was no sound and people were trying to decipher what he was saying. And he was like, that's what he said. And what he was saying was, I'm broke. She stole everything. So she took she's alleged to have taken possession over some stocks and shares that he had in that Celsius drink company. And she is alleged to have used those funds to support some sort of legal fight that her ex Tim, I can't remember his last name, but
it's Tim Lesnar.
Lesnar. He had gone through some shit, and the allegations were that Kimora had used that money to help him beat that, to help him go through that legally or whatever. And that's what Russell is so upset about, allegedly. Yeah, so like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just, it's getting thick between the two of them, but I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about why they hate each other. Russell is not on the show. I really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If I'm being honest, I don't care. I like and enjoy the show. It's fun. It's feel good.
Yes,
It just, you know what I'm saying? It's good to see. Even like her taking her sons to get their ears pierced, watching her be a mama. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I just enjoyed the show. So.
Well, no, listen, the show is great. The show is great. And one thing about Kimora is she's great television. When it comes to Russell alleging that he's unable to see his kids, you and I watched the show. Aoki was not in the first like 2 episodes because she was in Bali.
Yeah.
And Bali is where Russell Simmons live. So that's what I thought of immediately like, well, wait a second. Aoki is in Bali. She's not even filming the show, and she's not in the first 2 episodes. So clearly there's a relationship there. Exactly. I can't speak for Ming Lee. Did you know that Ming Lee was supposed to be on Next Gen NYC?
I had heard that. Yeah, okay. I had heard that. Yep.
Yeah, until they decided to reboot Kimora back in the Fab Lane. So when it comes to that, it is very interesting to make those accusations. When it comes to Kimora allegedly stealing the stock and using that money to allegedly pay her other ex-husband, Tim's court case situation, he is in prison. He is in prison, and that's what's going on. Based on watching the show, Kimora's lifestyle doesn't seem to have been impacted.
Not a millisecond, not an inch, a hair, not nothing. She doing good. They living good. You seen that house? You seen Ming tear that gate up? Didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And then pulled out that work. They doing just fine over there. So you know, I don't want to speak on that because I don't know what happened, but I just know Kimora's living good and them kids are living good. And it makes for a great television show. Let me ask you this, Carlos. Do you think that there's ever been any interest in her just randomly? Have they ever tapped her shoulder to be on the Housewives at all?
Well, it's funny because she has done tons of interviews where she's asked about that. Little exclusive for you. Years ago, maybe like 2018 or 2019, I had the pleasure of trying to develop a show with Kimora.
Wow. Okay, Carlos. Okay. What was the show going to be about?
She was married to Tim at the time. And it was going to be pretty much what you see now, except, again, she was married. So her kids were going to be involved, about her businesses, rebooting Baby Fat. All of those things. Unfortunately, at that time, you know, listen, the pandemic occurred. The networks did not know what they necessarily wanted. So it's all about timing. But she and I, first of all, to meet Kimora Lee Simmons, she's everything, Dustin, that you think she is.
Yeah, she's real.
Like that. She's like that in real life, right? She was fun. She's whimsical. She's a great girl. In regards to Housewives, I do know that based on my memory, it was never something she saw herself doing because she couldn't see herself on an ensemble show. Because she's used to, you know, calling the shots. She's used to like, I don't, you know, like this is my shit, which I respect. So
absolutely.
I think that's one of the things that, you know, propelled her not to do it and to focus on her own thing. But she would be great on Beverly Hills.
She would. That's the thing. She's full of, first of all, the fact that she has such a magnetic personality is what makes her able to carry her own shows with an S, because this is a reboot of her old show, right? So there's multiple shows where she is the focus. And she just has a personality that would make for interesting television as part of an ensemble cast. But I ain't mad at her. Stay at the top. I ain't mad at her. I'm not mad at her at all.
No, and I'm glad we got a chance to see what she's doing on her own.
Yeah.
Now, Dustin, Kimora Lee did respond to Russell. She said, "My girls are grown women. You know these are lies. Why are you typing from thousands of miles away in a non-extradition country?
Mm.
Go negotiate and answer your accusers."
He better leave her alone. He better leave her alone. And that's the thing. Russell Simmons has been really quiet about a lot of stuff that has been said and involves him in his name. And so it was interesting to see him kind of pipe up about this, of all things. Just her saying that they don't talk, you know, kind of triggered this reaction. But again, this is his ex-wife, the mother of his daughters. So obviously there's ties that bind there. And so it was like something that made him emotional. But goddamn, you might want to leave Kimora alone. The way she just unloaded that. See, this is why we want her to be a housewife, but whatever.
I love the clip of these housewives, Kimora. Kimora copy 3, Kimora.
Yeah. We want her on that side of the street. Okay. Yeah.
But I agree with you, because the thing is this. Russell Simmons, as we all know, he has been accused of sexual assault. It's been something that documentaries, a documentary specifically, have been done about it. He allegedly is in Bali because of what Kimora typed. You know, it's a country where allegedly, you know, you don't have to get extradited. It is something that a lot of people have said why he's still there and have fled the United States. Kimora, even during the Me Too movement, even during the times of these accusations, Kimora, unless I got this wrong, she kept her mouth shut.
Really I don't remember her saying nothing.
Yeah, I don't have any recent memory. And Ranger, y'all tell me if I got this wrong. I don't have any recent memory of Kimora ever speaking about these allegations until today. So I'm with Dustin. It appears that Kimora's like, look, I have been trying to not even include you. I watch all of Kimora's interviews. What I will say is she, in my opinion, has always taken the high road when it comes to Russell being mentioned. She doesn't talk about him on the show. She sort of just says we don't have a relationship. I've never seen her badmouth him. So I think for the longest time she tried to be quiet. In my opinion, what Russell said to Kimora doesn't necessarily fit what she said in the interview. And Kimora now is ready to unload the clip. And I think this is just the tip of the iceberg of what she may have on him if he doesn't remain quiet.
The last thing I need is 2 years of headline after headline about their bullshit. So I hope that he leaves her alone. You know what I'm saying? And she's been taking the higher road than Russell. She's taller than Russell Simmons. So she's always taking the high road, even in their wedding pictures and shit. You know what I'm saying? She take the high
road. Well, another high road has been taken because Funkmaster Flex, you know, a New York City radio disc jockey legend, went on his radio show this morning and said that Kimora Lee Simmons allegedly was sleeping with the baby. All of us thought it was the rapper The Baby, right? DABABY. And we were wrong because The Baby said, "It's not me, it's all lies." Funkmaster Flex then responded and said, "I wasn't talking about the baby. I was talking about
Birdman.
Birdman, which is Toni Braxton's husband."
People are grown and they date and fuck who they want to. And so, oh well, you know what I'm saying? And Funkmaster Flex he's always finding himself in that gossip space, which is crazy to me because he is such a highly revered, you know what I'm saying, figure in hip hop and radio. There's so many reasons for him to be above the cesspool, bowel ass corners of the internet with this gossipy, heard on the street, word on the street bullshit. And it's almost like he's doing anything to like get attention, and he doesn't have to. He's goddamn Funkmaster Flex. I don't even understand why he would even speak on who was fucking who or whatever. And what he said in that clip was that Kimora Lee Simmons was a bird. You know what I'm saying? And all this other shit. But between the two of them, you tell me which one looked like Foghorn Leghorn. Okay.
Oh my
Second of all, you know what I'm saying? I've been through with Funkmaster Flex ever since I seen his ass strewn up there on that table getting lipo on the goddamn internet. Threw up there. He looked just like when you take a hog to slaughter and you take it, looked like they had grabbed him by the ankles and threw him down on the table. He just went up there and shit. And they was up in there with that motherfucking thing, just getting him and shit, get on the internet getting lipo, man.
Not honey baked ham, Dustin.
That's what it looked glazed. Okay. So I just don't understand, you know what I mean, why he would even choose out of all the shit for Funkmaster Flex, right? Before I moved to New York, when I knew I wanted to work in media and entertainment media specifically, Funkmaster Flex was somebody I used to look up to. We thank God for wisdom and clarity, right? Because the older you get, you see things for what they are. And I'm so glad that I have moved on from that adoration, because he's just he's becoming, he went from an esteemed DJ, an esteemed figure in hip-hop, which hip-hop and rap means so much to me, to an internet nigga. He ain't shit but an internet nigga now, talking shit about who was dating who. You wasn't fucking either one of them. So why are you even speaking on that? That just was confusing for me, man. And I totally understood the baby's response. What the fuck? Keep my name out of all of that shit. He said, I don't know what the hell you going through or whatever. He said, but that's a lie. That ain't got nothing to do with me. For real, man. So that's how I feel about it.
I don't know, Dustin. I'm ready for some honey baked ham, glaze, you know, tender roasted, you know.
Tenderism. Fall right off the bone. But that shit they was sucking up off of his bones was flying off the bone, and it was going into that vacuum sealed, whatever that thing was that held all that marigold belly fat that they took up out of his ass on that table. So I don't know. It just was confusing to me. I got a lot of respect professionally for Funkmaster Flex. And it's just sad when you see people fall from grace, even when they end up on the table like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad to see. It looked like he fell. It looked like grace was right here, and they just pulled it out from underneath him, and he just fell down right on that damn table. That's what it looked like.
Well, Dustin, I appreciate the mental picture, my brother. Thank you so much for that colorful portrayal of what he did years ago that I thought erased my memory bank. But
wasn't Wu-Tang playing in the background? I believe it was. I believe Wu-Tang was playing in the background. Just saying, man.
Oh, shit. Lord Jesus Christ. All right, Raindrops. Up next on the docket, we have to talk about, before we bring Claudia in to discuss Potomac and everything that's mercurial on that show, Married to Medicine. It's the scene that is dominating their airwaves, social media today. Raindrops, if you are not watching Married to Medicine this season and it's only 3 episodes,
you're missing it.
I've always said, listen, I will go to town by saying this, and I don't want to get in trouble, but it's true. I think Married to Medicine is the best show on Bravo. And I've been saying that for years. That cast, they get it. And to be 12 seasons in, they're still hungry. They're not comfortable. And I'm even loving the newbies. So shout out to Dr. Mimi and Brandy and my crush of 2026, Angel.
Yes.
Love.
Yes.
Angel Love.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Angel Love on Married to Medicine. So that I can be very clear on that one. So, Dustin.
Yes.
Dr. Simone had a family meeting with her sons and Cecil, her husband. So as the sons was taking aluminum pans and scraping the if that is the blackest shit I saw on Married to Medicine, I'm like,
Bless their hearts, man. You know what? I was like, damn, I done got old, because the first thing I thought when I saw them do it, I said, bless their hearts. You know what I'm saying? They cook for their parents. Bless their hearts. I said, it made me feel old when I said it, man. But yeah, that was hilarious. That pasta, it looked nasty, but bless their hearts. You know what I'm saying?
They tried. Mm-hmm. And that's all you can do is try.
That's it.
Simone tried to have a conversation about the status of Michael wanting to go to law school. And baby, things hit the fan when it was revealed that Michael, who is 22 years old, he wants to have a new car. He currently drives a Jeep, which exclusive Raindrops, exclusive Dustin. That's why you guys gotta sign on to Patreon with my recap of Dr. Heavenly that's out now. Dr. Heavenly revealed that Michael actually has a new car, and Simone bought him a Tesla. We'll get to that in a second. So he wants a new Jeep. She's mad about that. He has spent $60,000 on her Chase card, and he also wants her to pay for law school. Cecil is there, and Cecil has his son's back and feels like they do need help. Dr. Simone got upset. She used some F-bombs. She cussed them out. As she was leaving, Black Mama cussed them out some more because she wasn't ready. And allegedly, Dr. Heavenly did say that there is more to that scene that was shown, and that she was told, Dustin, that more F-bombs were used, and we only got a chance to see a percentage of that. But what are your thoughts on that entire situation when it comes to Dr. Simone being fed up that not only is she already paying for the roof over his head, he also wants her to buy him a new car, pay for law school, and Cecil not, in Dr. Simone's eyes, having her back?
Okay, so a couple things. Number one, you're absolutely right. This is an incredible season of Married to Medicine, season 12. Shout out to the season 12 newbies, and shout out to my boy Steve Sanders, Dr. Mebe's husband, on the show. Steve Sanders is cool as hell, and he's the best dressed nigga on Married to Medicine of all time. Flat out, Steve being that shit. Shout out to Steve, because that black, I know you peeped that black leather Loewe set he had on in the confessional. Stop playing with Steve. Steve be up in that shit. But anyway.
And that cost at least $10,000.
Absolutely, and look like it too. Secondly, Dr. Simone Whitmore is one of the best cussers on the face of the earth. Simone is literally a natural born cusser. That's why her teeth do like that. She was born to say, fuck you, motherfucker, who in the fuck gives a fuck about me working my goddamn ass to the bone? That Simone was literally born with a mouth made for cussing motherfuckers out like that, and I love seeing her do it. Shout out to Dr. Simone. Now, here's the thing that people are missing about that scene or overlooking, and all the discourse I've seen surrounding it, whether or not you agree with Simone, you agree with Steve. Stop laughing at me, Carlos. But you know it's the truth. The fuck? She got things. Here's the thing.
Surround South Simone, baby. Yes.
Let's talk about it, okay? That video of her, somebody made a video. I'm going all off track here, but somebody made a video of her and said it was during the mute challenge at the Beyonce concert. And they took the audio of her complaining about her marriage on the show and put it over the mute challenge moment at the concert. It was so
no, Dustin,
anyway,
please send me
I'm gonna send it to you.
Please.
But people are missing the real point here that we need to focus on. This is actually a scene we should celebrate. You got a black family, right? Y'all know it's true. I just seen what you put up there. We got a black family on television talking to their two adult college graduate sons, debating over how they're going to find the resources for one of them to pursue a graduate degree, a law degree at that, right? This is a great situation. Thank God we had watching her have that conversations with her sons, as opposed to y'all ain't doing shit, or the conversation we saw Nene have with her son about him not even cleaning his room and bathroom and having clothes all over the fucking floor. You know what I'm saying? This is a different conversation. Now, is Michael a spoiled brat? Absolutely. Absolutely, he's a spoiled brat. You can see it all in his face. But you know what else he is? Not in trouble. And so if he is pursuing a law degree and they figuring out how they're gonna pay for it, good. You know what I'm saying? He should have a little bit more incentive to work or to make it happen on his own. But everybody doesn't have to learn things the hard way. There are some people who simply need to be given guidelines and they will be successful. Everybody don't have to struggle to understand the value of things or to understand why hard work is essential to success. Everybody don't have to learn that the hard way. So yeah, he's spoiled. Simone and them got a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? And they're able to do for their sons. And it just really is what it is. And I love seeing it on television. I love seeing this Black family having that conversation on TV as opposed to the very different ones that we've seen multiple times over. Of course, he got a new car. Michael appears to be Simone's favorite child. You know what I'm saying? They appear to have a very unique bond. He was all on Watch What Happens Live this weekend with her. They homies. Michael and Dr. Simone are homies. They cool. They get along. She likes his brand of bullshit. He likes hers. I watched. They did an Instagram live. I think it was last night after the show or whatever.
Yes.
And they was going back and forth a little bit, but you know how it ended. Michael was like, "Hey, we gonna end this. Come on, let's get off this shit, y'all." And Simone and Cecil started laughing. They cool. Okay, so all that squabble that you seen on TV or whatever about them paying for, we might feel like her sons lack a little drive. You know what I'm saying? We might feel like they lack a little of the gumption, a little bit of what Black folks like to call get up and go. You know what I'm saying? They lack a little bit of that, but they saw those college degrees to the finish line. One is pursuing a law degree, which I think is one of the best courses of study that a person can take because you can literally do anything with a law degree, right? And so I don't know. To me, I like seeing that conversation. I did. I thought it represented a corner of Black life that we don't see a lot, and I love that purview into it.
Yeah, no, I loved it too. We have Claudia Jordan coming in.
Yeah,
not sure if she watched this particular clip. Would love to get her thoughts, but for me, there's a universal question that I got for the two of you. But Raindrops, give a warm welcome for the Claudia Jordan.
Hi, y'all.
my girl.
Hey, boo. Hey.
Hi.
What's up, Claudia?
What's going on, fellas? What's up?
You look good.
How
baby.
are you?
Thank you. I'm tired. My back hurts. I need a massage, like a long, hard massage.
Why does your back hurt?
Oh, because I don't know. It's a little stiff.
You got a tan.
There's something stiff. Make it hurt.
No, I think something stiff will help it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a rolling pin. Like a rolling pin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I had a really good massage down in Mexico. I was in Mexico and I saw a Lionel Richie concert and I was hanging with your girl, Teresa.
Yes. Teresa's fantastic. Got a good time.
Yeah, I love her. She's super cool. Her and her man, her friends, they was all rich and we was just talking rich shit. And I was like, I like this. They cool as shit.
Right.
Yes. And Sunny, my girl Sunny from The View, love her. We had about 5 tequila shots in. I don't even drink tequila like that. We had a good time. We had a time. And my girl Annie.
What was going on in Mexico?
It was a resort, Vedanta World, and they had the opening of Cirque du Soleil. So they invited a few people down. Mario Lopez hosted it, and his publicist, friend of mine, Mike Essman, invited me down. And I got to bring my best friend. And like the suite we had was like 30-foot ceilings. The balcony was as big as my bottom floor of my house. It was insane. I saw crocodiles. I saw 3 of them. One was like 11 feet long. We went to the beach. It was a great time. Like I'm very blessed, very grateful. It was fantastic. Tyra Banks was there as well.
Tell Annie we said hey.
Oh yes, Annie loves you guys.
Love Annie. Tyra Banks. Are you friends?
No, I was supposed to do her show before and I never did. And I think is that my first time meeting her? I think it's my first time meeting her. So she was we took a group shot, right? It was Teresa, Tyra, Sunny. It was the most random group of people, right? And then she's like, okay, first picture, we're gonna smile. Second picture, we're gonna smize, and the third one, when actually we're talking, I was like, oh yes. I'm like,
damn.
So she was giving us like the advice, and then Paula Abdul was with us too. She
Okay.
looks
Straight
good.
up.
Legends.
She was
Straight
looking
up.
young. Straight up, she was so nice. Paula likes to have a good time. Okay,
That
Paula
she
has.
Oh
seemed
yeah.
like it.
I was
I
gonna say I ain't surprised about Paula, baby.
I rocked with her. I like her.
I watched her show when it was on Bravo, honey.
Oh, yes, that's old school, Carlos.
like
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes.
No, Paula is a good time.
She is.
So Claudia, thanks for coming in. We're on this topic. Not sure if you watched the clip that has been going on based on last night's episode of Married to Medicine, but Dr. Simone had a conversation with her kids. One is 22 years old, and he wants her to pay for law school, although she has paid for everything up until the age of 22. She revealed that he spent recently $60,000. So you're caught up with what's going on. Okay. I want to talk to you and Dustin about this. There is this conversation that I know my audience wants to have too. What do you do when you are a parent that is successful and you grew up being whether it's poor, low middle class, not having a lot, and struggling, and you don't want your kids to struggle, but you end up raising, these are her words, not mine, you end up raising entitled kids. It is something that has been plaguing a lot of Black households because there are a lot of Black mothers and fathers who are successful that feel the need to overcompensate for their children's lack of struggle by giving them everything. And their kids grow up not being able to work for themselves. I have seen this on a personal level, not to blast a few people in my family who's watching, but it is something that, look, a lot of people do feel, I didn't have a lot growing up. I have a kid. I want to give them everything. But the next thing you know, your child is 22 years old and feels like my Jeep is 6 years old. I want a new one. And I am able to spend $60,000, which is a lot of people's salary.
I heard what he said about, he wants to kind of like be taken care of, kind of like the white kids. And I get that argument in a way, but you're not white. And you're going to have to be better prepared for the world when things change, because we don't have the same safety nets as the white people when we get out there. So you can't be raised the same way as a white kid. I'm sorry. And I get that we want to, especially old school, like Black folks and parents, I struggled. You need to struggle. You need to learn and get the same values that I have. I think there's something to be said about that. I think the people that had to get out the mud end up becoming a little bit more humble. Even I've mentioned this before. Some of my issues with some reality personalities is when they blow up too fast and never went through the struggles of taking their portfolio to New York and getting doors shut on their faces for 3, 4, 5, 6 years and then finally getting it. I think there was a certain humility that comes with people that had to get it and had to play the long game. Whereas you get it overnight and you see a difference in some personalities. I'm not singling out anybody in particular, but I don't have to even say, when someone gets it overnight, I think there's less of an appreciation for it than when you get it out of the mud. There's a difference. And I think it helps you to have longevity. Same thing with kids. Now, my brother and his wife, balling, rich, balling. They can walk to Obama's house, okay? That's what kind of life they're living. And my niece is going to an Ivy League school. Did she get scholarships other places? Yes, but they decided to pay for it. But she doesn't have the entitlement. She doesn't have that attitude. So you can still do those things for your kids, but still balance it out where they still feel like they have to do something. You don't just get to okay, well, you got out the money, so everything's supposed to be rolled out for me. I think that you run the risk of raising a brat, and you run the risk of raising a kid that has no survival skills. And guess what happens when the bottom drops out of your mom's career that's paying for everything? Or if something happens, you have no survival skills, and then you go on a rampage. So again, I'm not a mom. I'm speaking as an outsider, but I would probably try to balance it with I want to do for you so it's not as hard as it was for me. But you're not just going to get, it's not going to be a blank check. I have to put some kind of parameters on it. So you can I want you to be a survivor. I want you to be able to work hard and know hard work.
I agree with that. I'll say this. I'm 50-50, and this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, and I'm fine with that. And yes, disclaimer for all the people's about to read me, I don't have children. So
Right.
yes, y'all can say that now as y'all about to read me what I'm about to say. There is, in my opinion, nothing wrong with a little bit of a light struggle, right? And when I say light struggle, I don't think any child should know what it feels like to not have a roof over their head, to not know what it's like to have food to eat, clothes on their back, hot water. I think every child deserves that lifestyle. So I want to start by saying that I know what it's like growing up to maybe have a couple of those things, not all at once, right? But it was a different time. I'm one of 10 kids. My father was the only one who worked. My mother and him made the choice for her to be a stay-at-home mom. We did not have it easy. I will say this though, that lack of what we did not have materially made me who I am today. It made me a hard worker. I appreciate every single dollar today. I have this vision for my life because I know what it was like for me in my past, and I don't want to go backwards, right? So that massive struggle, right, helped me. I think what happens is a lot of parents do go too far with the safety net. In order for anybody to exist in this world, you're going to have to fall on your face. You're going to have to experience what it's like to not get everything you want. I do think there's a balance. I was telling Dustin, Claudia, I have a recap with Dr. Heavenly on my Patreon, and Dr. Heavenly was actually on Simone's side, and she said, me and my husband both work. We're both doctors, and our children are spoiled. They are entitled. She said, but Carlos, what do you do? She said, I don't have the answer either. She said, but my kids are in school. They're great people, but what does a parent do? And I don't have the answer for that. But what I will say is I do think you have to let your child know what it feels like to have a little bit of a struggle in the sense of not getting everything they want at the time that they want it, because they will appreciate it more.
Maybe finding a balance.
I just feel like every lesson don't have to be taught through money and material things and lack and sacrifice and struggle. I feel like there's other ways to teach your kid how to have integrity, to teach your kid to put that dog in your kid, you know what I'm saying, to where they have survival skills and they are able to make it happen for themselves. I don't feel like that lesson has to be taught through withholding resources, especially when, and another thing, if your kids didn't grow up poor like you did, you know what I'm saying, you can't expect them to have an understanding or an appreciation that is sourced from the same place as it is within you. You have to realize that your experience and your children's experience are going to be completely different because you created a different environment based on your fucking experience. So them kids are going to come from a different place. They're going to think and reason differently. And your job as a parent is to figure out how to teach them those lessons, how to instill a good work ethic and not in them, and teach them how not to be lazy, and teach them how to be appreciative, and teach them how to value things, material things. You have to learn, you as the parent have to figure out how to teach that to your kids in a different way when struggling financially is not an element of your household. So that's not the only pathway to being a forthright person. You know what I'm saying? Is learning through struggle. And I hate seeing all these people tell Simone that her kids got to be broke and on their ass for them to get it, because they don't. Simone just has to figure out that she's a very smart woman. She's a fucking doctor. You know what I'm saying? Figure out how. Cecil ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Kids Force, that's the real problem. Now, you want to really break down what the problem is? The problem.
Let's talk about it before we get to Potomac, Justin. Call it out.
That Simone is the person that is running the show in that house, and she doesn't want to shoulder all that responsibility. She's tired of being the final decision maker, it appears. I don't know, Simone, but based on what I see on the TV, it appears that she's sick and tired of bearing the brunt of responsibility and being the head of her household. She's tired of that. And so seeing them benefit from her work, benefit from her having this show that we know Simone is making tons of money in her 12th season on this show. You know what I'm saying? In addition to her fantastic salary she's a successful doctor. She's not just a doctor. Like Simone has a practice. She's doing her thing. Come on. You know what I'm saying? She's the breadwinner in the house. Cecil, even in the conversation, you could see Cecil was speaking from a subordinate place in the dialogue that him and Simone had on that show. And so I just think that that's what the real issue is. Simone wants some help and she wants a break. She wants somebody she can lean on. And she's tired of all the financial decisions. It appears that she's tired of all the financial decisions being based upon how much she works. You know what I'm saying? Cecil has got to figure something else out this deep in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think the real issue is.
Again, I think we all say balance, right?
Yeah.
Like, I do love seeing little Black, teenagers and kids like balling out and having money.
Love it.
But like also it's a balance so they don't become entitled, because the way the world works, they're not as accepting of entitled little Black kids as they are the white kids.
Yeah,
and we do not get held to the same standards. And you go out there with that entitled attitude, you could be in danger out there, right? But a balance. Like, so I remember dating someone that was he overcompensated so much for the kids because he's like, well, I have it and I didn't have it growing up. And I felt like he really weakened his children, where it was such a turnoff to me. I was like, yo, your kids are becoming like such pussy. Like, you know what I mean? Like just so like, they were great, but they also had zero survival skills. They had nothing. They had no oomph about them. They were like, basically every solution was just going to daddy. Just going to daddy and not being able to figure out. And then it was like, oh my God, and just everything was so traumatic for them, like little things that people that are survivors figure out a way to survive and fix things. And we, when you hustling, you figure things out. You figure things out. And I think a lot of people that are extra pampered and not used to like having any kind of adversity in their lives, they become a little bit hobbled and mentally hobbled, where they can't figure out anything. And it's like, you got to tell them everything. Like, they can't use a computer. They can't figure nothing out. They can't figure out anything. They have no problem.
They can't use a computer.
Seriously, like there's no problem solving skills because they like basically had a person. They had a nanny. Yeah. They had someone handle everything for them. So they could not figure out anything. And I'm like, wow, if your financial situation ever changes, those kids are going to be thrown to the wolves. So,
but see, that's what I'm saying.
It's tough.
Your kids grow up rich, bet. Y'all got a staff bet. You got what was that? Deshaun Snow had Carlos, what's a governess. If you got a governess at your crib, you know what I'm saying? Maybe. You got a chef, you got a house staff, a maid, you know what I'm saying? You still should have your kids standing on that footstool, washing them motherfucking dishes by hand in that kitchen.
Amen.
They still should be doing shit like that. So you're right. I think we all on the same page with this one. We love seeing that family, living well, and there should be balance so that your kids are not entitled pussies, right?
Yeah. My last question before we get on to Potomac is this. What we know for sure is that Black women are out earning their Black male counterparts in the double digits as of today. It is the new norm as of now, where in a lot of marriages, Dustin and Claudia, Black women are the breadwinners. And what we saw in this scene that has become controversial, and Dustin touched on this a little bit as well, we did see that Dr. Simone, who is 58 years old.
She looks good.
She looks amazing, by the way. And you look gorgeous on Watch What Happens Live too, Dr. Simone. Went to school, got her doctorate, married her college sweetheart, had 2 kids. She did everything right. It's now to the point where she is reaching retirement. Her husband has retired already. Well, a lot of people have a problem within that scene. And by the way, I love Cecil. I think Cecil's an amazing husband, amazing person. It was, a lot of people thought it was 3 men against 1. And 1 being Simone, the only female in the household, where Simone's anger also was loud because she felt that her husband was not having her back as it relates to the kids. What I did find out was Cecil, her husband, did not move out of his mother's house until Dr. Simone married him.
How do we even know?
Because no.
Wait,
Nothing.
how old was he when they got married? Like
Nothing. That's the beauty of having Dr. Heavenly, who knows these people. So she said that in Cecil's defense, that's what he knows. You don't leave the house until a woman saves you. And I'm not going to tell my business, but all I will say is, for personal experience, not of my own, that is true. Shout out to Detroit. But with that being said, I'm gonna get so much trouble. With that being said, do y'all feel like it's tough when the wife is the mother, the breadwinner, and her husband, who is retired, and it's not his $60,000 that's being spent? It's not the son asking him to pay for law school. The son is not asking him to get him a new car. And by the way, Claudia, as of yesterday, Michael, the son, revealed that his mother bought him a Tesla. So is the husband at fault for not having Simone's back?
yes. If I'm the breadwinner, oh, you best to have my back because that's your job. Your job is to have my back. Just like if the man was a breadwinner and I don't work and I just get to sit home and be pretty, my job is to make dinner and do all the traditional things, is to have that person. How you gonna not be the breadwinner and I just sit back and like let everybody gang up on you? No. You're supposed to support that woman. You got to support. You got to have a united front not against, but when it comes to those children. You know what I mean? And wow, is that for real? Not leaving the house until he married her?
Well, that's what Dr. said. That's allegedly. Dr. Heavenly said that she was told that Cecil is a friend to the show. You tell me, brother, if I got this wrong. But Heavenly said it, not me. Heavenly said that Cecil was living with his mama and Simone had to get him out the house.
That's why they be ready to whoop Dr. Heavenly ass, because she be saying stuff like that. That's why they can't stand her. That's why we love it. That's why we love her.
Heavenly did say it was said on the show years ago, and somebody commented that she did say on the show. So
okay, yeah, well there it is. Listen, I think Simone, if you're gonna be the boss, be the boss. Simone, first of all, you got to start sitting like Della Reese. You know what I'm saying, with your legs open. You got to start sitting like that when you having conversations. And she needs to start speaking in her lower register. Stop yelling all that. Be calm. Real bosses just like we chill. You know what I'm saying? She should have told Cecil, hold on, baby. I got this. And then went on, you know what I'm saying, and handled her business with her sons. And that business that Cecil famously made that investment in that they talked about on the show, it was called Kids Force. But the real Kids Force was sitting across from them at that motherfucking dining room table. It was Michael and Miles that said, not only is we getting this townhouse, I want a Tesla. And Miles sat over there and said, that's all he had to say. That's it.
What I don't like is like, okay, so it's a cycle that's going to be recreated, right? So Cecil didn't leave the house until he, married her. Stay with his mom until then. You're raising your son to kind of be dependent on a woman, and it's like then he's gonna raise his, like that becomes a norm. Like that should be a thing that's like an exception to the rule, not the norm all the time. Like I don't know, like, and I feel like I got my ears to the streets. I'm always talking to my female friends about this. Like women are feeling exhausted because we're getting criticized for being too masculine, but as we're also being forced into masculine roles all the time. And, I don't know, man, that would frustrate the hell out of me. That I would probably want to leave.
Everybody got to play their position. Cecil knows Simone got the money, and their dynamic is heightened even more because Simone got this TV show.
Yep.
So for the past 12 years, you have to add there already was a financial difference, right, between what Simone earned as a OBGYN and what Cecil earned in his line of work. Now you have this television show that's bringing well over $1 million a season into their household. You know what I'm saying? Plus fucking all the celebrity attached to being on the show. That makes the playing field even more separated between Simone and Cecil. And I think everybody just has to be real about that. If Simone's the breadwinner in the house, act like it. We're not going to play this game where Simone now has to placate his feelings or, you know, or pacify him in some way to make him feel strong. No, Simone got the money. So when it comes to having decision-making power, she's going to have it. And everybody in the house knows that. That's why Michael's conversation was aimed directly at his mama. Okay. He was speaking directly to her. And so that's just what it is. Stop pretending. I think that's where people kind of lose it. This can work if everybody just plays their position. You know what I'm saying?
And to Claudia's point, though, I think it takes a particular type of man to allow the woman to play the position. I do think, listen, when Cecil and Simone met in college, right? He was at Morehouse. She was at Spelman. It's like a love story straight out of Netflix, produced by the ages. Yeah. So it's that typical love story. What happens is, you know, we're here, and then, you know, and I think that to your but Dustin, what I'm trying to say is you are right. The problem that I found with most couples is when they start on even playing field. And when the woman starts to make more, they don't have the conversation of, okay, let's reset, because the dynamic has changed. And that's why I love the story when I interviewed Mona Scott Young, and she checked me. I got chin check. Hey, Angel.
Not a chin check.
I got chin check by Mona Scott Young in my
aggressive
interview.
Language.
Yes, because I said, I asked her, I said, how do you feel being the breadwinner? And she said, beg your pardon? And I said, oh, you know. And she said, who told you I'm the breadwinner? And I said, oh, actually, she said, my name is Mona Scott Young. My husband's name is Sean Young. Okay? We own Mona Meat Entertainment together. We made a choice for me to be the face and for me to be, you know, the person who interfaces with people, blah, 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 blah. But she said, make no mistake about it, my husband is just as successful as me because that's a partnership. My husband and I had a conversation when I was being grabbed in so many places doing the record label thing and management thing. And we had a healthy conversation about, he said, you go do that and I'm going to handle this. But she said, let's be clear, that money goes to the both of us.
I love that.
And I was like, oh. So I saw that to say, Mona educated the audience to, you got to have the conversation as a married couple so that there isn't any like resentment or, you know, hard feelings, but you got to have it hit on.
Yeah, for sure.
And the woman usually has to go a little bit out of her way to protect the man and to kind of put that out there. And like, even if it is or is not the case, whatever you decided, the image that you want the world to know, you have to protect that. And you can't, when you get mad, be like, with your broke ass or whatever. That's I. Because once you decide to be with a man that makes less or perceived to make less or whatever the situation is, you have to be protective of that. And you have to stand on that decision, and not only when you're happy, also when things are tough, because you cannot agree to a situation and then humiliate that person when things go your way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Raindrops, catch Married to Medicine recap with Dr. Heavily on my Patreon. She revealed so much tea. But up next, it's ringing. Go ahead, Dustin. Dustin has another appointment.
What's going on, Dustin? You have a special delivery, GDEP?
What's being delivered?
Apparently, Angel's feelings to the internet. You know what I'm saying? That's what's being hand delivered to us, right?
You act like Whoopi Goldberg.
Remember that bar right between my legs, nigga.
That was good. That was good.
So yeah.
So look, speaking of which, shout out to Claudia and Dustin and Blue Talusma, who is in here,
Yes.
because an icon by the name of Rihanna Fenty. And shout out to the Instagram page, Housewives from a Housewife. If I got that wrong, I think you're in the chat. Let me know. I want to give you a shout. Are you a he or she or they? But okay, Housewives from a Housewife. That's the Instagram page. Thank you so much for showing so much love to Claudia, myself, and Dustin.
Yes.
They posted a Monday Night Live clip of Dustin stating his opinion about Angel, and Rihanna left a comment where she covered her eyes. Was that the emoji, Dustin and Claudia?
It was.
Yeah.
So listen, Rihanna, we love you and thank you.
She is the baddest. She is the baddest. The baddest.
She fucking with a real nigga because she felt me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for feeling me, Rihanna. I knew you was a real one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes.
Rihanna, if you're watching, which you do, which we love that. And fans, if you ever need an old lady for the old Fenty line, like an old lady like a division, you can put me, Nicole Murphy. Who else is older that still look good? There's a whole bunch of us out here that's still looking good. Okay.
You are hilarious.
For free. But please, we would love to have you on. I just have to say that publicly. We would love to have you on. You are the baddest.
Absolutely. If she come on a Monday night, oh my God.
She can do it when we're in studio in New York.
She can come over my house. Shit. She can do shit. I put a chair right up next to me. Rihanna can come sit right here.
Tracy Edmonds.
Well, we will hear the doorbell ring, Dustin, when she comes.
And I'll tell you it was her. Okay.
So shout out to Rihanna. So listen, we are in so Raindrop, just so y'all can see it. So y'all can see it. This is what Rihanna left in the comment.
Yep. I'd like to thank the Academy. You know what I'm saying?
So that was very sweet.
Exactly.
Listen.
Okay, Beyonce.
Everyone, they watch it all over the place. Okay, everyone does.
Listen. I'm very grateful and thankful for anybody who watches. So thank you, Raindrops. Thank you, Rihanna. We are in a very mercurial situation because let's just talk about it. We're gonna rip the Band-Aid, Claudia and Dustin. The time has come for us to talk about Angel. Angel kicked off last night's episode in one of the most shocking scenes of the season, where she was at a polo event. She's singing the Lift Every Voice and Sing, and then went from singing Lift Every Voice and Sing to lifting boxes. And we were all shocked at the fact that she has Home Depot boxes, she has duct tape, and there's clothes and perishables in it. I was for one floor, and I'm being very honest. I wasn't expecting that. When they transitioned from 18 hours later, and I saw boxes. Listen, I don't know what else to say when it comes to my compassion of trying to find a silver lining for an Angel. I will be honest with you guys. I'm at a loss for words. I do want to hear from the two of you first, but to see that Angel was packing boxes after leaving a polo event without letting anybody know what was going on, it made me realize that at the end of the day, I think Angel's a beautiful woman. She's a great mother. She's a great wife with an amazing husband. I think Angel is the poster child, though, that is a great thing to want to be a reality star. It's a great thing to want to get a housewife. And the moment you get that call, as Claudia Jordan, you do whatever it takes to make things happen, but you got to be honest. You got to be honest. And I think when it comes to Angel on Potomac, it does make me feel sad that this has become a situation that I don't see how she bounces back from this. It was it was that bad to me, and it was shocking. And I don't know where she goes from this. But Claudia, starting with you first.
First of all, not lift every box and sing.
Well, that can be taken more ways than one. But go ahead.
First of all, Alonzo C2525 didn't Claudia move to Atlanta for the show and was sleeping on an air mattress in an empty apartment. Okay. I moved to Atlanta because I got a job on the nationally syndicated Ricky Smiley Morning Show with 5 to 7 million viewers a day, listeners a day. And once I got that job, I called Carlos and said, I have a reason why I need to be in Atlanta now. And then I started both jobs on the same week. That's number one. Number two, I was in a very exclusive high rise in New York. Look it up. It's called the Mercedes House on 54th and 10th, one of the best buildings you can live in New York. I hated to leave. But when I hired the moving companies are so shady. I have not found a good one yet. It took 17 days to get from New York to Atlanta. My stuff was lost in transit. They were so happy to have me on Housewives. They want to film right away, and I didn't have my stuff yet. So we went and got some IKEA stuff to kind of throw it together. And I'm a good sport, so I thought it was funny. Of course, me and Kenya put together IKEA furniture that went back to IKEA after, just so you know. Okay, now just had to clear that up real quick because I don't like fake news.
And as the former executive producer that season, Claudia is, because I will tell you the truth. Obviously, she's not lying about that. That's 100% the case, and that's why if you watch the show, she never pretended to be in Atlanta longer than what she was. But go ahead, Claudia.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna lie about it, and I showed y'all. Like I didn't come there like just balling out with the mansion. I was in a high rise. I mean, it was nice. It was in whatever mid city, whatever do you call that place, mid Atlantic, Midtown. Yeah, whatever. It was what it was, and I would think it'd be refreshing to show that. Now, how that's different with Angel is, I don't get how you did not plan out. Okay, I understand you did a short-term rental. I get those, right? But why is the solution going back to Colorado, when you could just get another place that's a short-term rental in Maryland or a hotel? Since you said you only brought your clothes, it was already a furnished place, right? It does not make sense. Now, going back to go get your furniture when you finally move, that's one thing. It doesn't make sense. It's not lining up. And listen, Angel, I've been trying to rock with you and give you an out or an excuse. I've been trying, but like what makes sense and what you're not having someone advise you well on this, because you got to know when you said this, you're going to get criticized. You say, hey, I messed up on my rental. They need their place back. I thought the season was going to take 3 months and it took 5. So let me get another short-term rental and move my clothes and my kids' stuff from one rental to another while we look for a house, while I wait for my second season contract, which usually doubles. So let me do that. But going back to Colorado to get your furniture, well, we know you're not doing that. You're going to keep the Colorado house. You'll keep your Maryland house. I don't get that. And I think she just keeps making mistakes that keep allowing her to get red and embarrassed. And I hate this for her. I don't want her to be embarrassed. I spoke to Jazzy about her. Was it Jazzy? In Dallas. And I hear great things about her, but it's not coming off good on television. Like, she's making these mistakes, and I get rookie mistakes. Shit, I was a rookie. Rookie mistakes are rookie mistakes because you're a rookie. But damn it, girl, it's hard to defend you, make an excuse for it, because it's making you look like, fuck, like, it's just not, it doesn't make sense. And you're already on the girl shit list. They're already ganging up on you. And this I'll give you. They are. Don't give them things to read.
They are.
Don't give them a reason, girl. Like, she should have been like, I made a mistake. Anyone know a place I can get until I get settled into my house? Because it does take months to find a house if you're going to buy a place. So, damn, Angel. Yeah. Damn it, Angel.
Yep.
Dustin Ross.
Look, I don't know why they have decided, or she has allowed them to attach some sort of shame to her moving situation, right? Yeah. But just keep it a buck, you know what I'm saying? And the whole them alleging that she got evicted and all that other shit, we know damn well that her and Bobby Massey ain't broke. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not an issue of them lacking the resources it takes to keep a roof over their head. Somebody fucked up. Well, honestly, it's exactly what Gizelle and you all just called it. she got a place to use while they were filming the show.
Mhm.
And it took longer than she anticipated, and so they're out. The only thing that was kind of weird for me was when they were asking her about it at that horrible event that Gizelle and them threw that didn't make no sense. What the fuck was that? Ponies and cowboys and shit in this place, this soccer field. It was just balloon. They just got a space and some balloons and kids games, and that was it. Whatever. It was just weird to me. But them trying to act like it was some sort of shame attached to whatever they was going through, I don't understand what that was about. And that's Angel's fault for letting them back her into that corner like that. You know what I'm saying? You talking all that shit on Twitter and leaving comments and shit, bring that energy to them. You know what I'm saying? When you need to, because they were really intrusive. They were prodding, which they're gonna do that on a show like this. You know what I'm saying? You do that to each other. But I think they were kind of jumping her. You know what I'm saying? And like, over what? You know, her husband ain't broke. Stop trying to act like it's this big deal. The shocking factor of their move is that it revealed that she was kind of like just there for the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we knew that anyway, because she would not stop. She incessantly mentioned their Colorado home. And so just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, and this ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? We about 10, 12 episodes deep into the season. It's obvious that it just ain't a good fit when it comes to like personalities and, you know what I'm saying, people's willingness to be comfortable with each other and film. She just never was able to find that. And that's just how this went. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we're creating this story out of thin air. We just reflecting on what we see on the screen, and based on what we see, it just ain't there, man. And this right here, instead of standing in it like Claudia suggested and you suggested, Carlos, she starts speaking in these vague, you know, terms and not really answering questions and shit. And it just gets irritating as a viewer. You know what I'm saying? I just whatever.
She's got the husband, the money, the pedigree. She has all the things to be great, right? So, Angel, I hope you take this constructive criticism, and this is not as a one-time. Take my path out of it, just as a viewer of the show. As a viewer of the show, if I were you, I would be like, let's be very clear, bitches. If anyone has money problems in this group, it ain't me. So, you know, if I want to have a house in Colorado, a rental here, a house here, I can do that. We have the money to do that. Let's be very clear. They have money. Okay. They're not broke by any stretch of the imagination, but stand on it. Listen, when I do get a house, it's going to be a nice house. It ain't going to be no low budget shit that I can just find over the weekend. It's going to be a process. So yes, I got a short-term rental. I mismanaged my time because I really am here just for the show. I don't really want to live here. I just want to do the show. And like, let it be. Like, when you have that kind of confidence, be like, it is what the fuck it is. That's it. And people they fuck with that. But when you try to like, no, don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. You have a husband, a handsome husband that loves you. He clearly loves you. Y'all got the family, you got the kid, you got all that. Stop being insecure with those girls because they've been there longer than you. And I feel like that's what it is. And you're trying to cater to them. Fuck that. I would be like, hey, when I get a house, you'll be at the housewarming, and you'll see how we really get down. Okay. So don't worry about that. I'm going to get my place together. But for them to make jokes and to say that she's broke or she's evicted, I'm going to have to call cap on that. She's not broke. Stop that, ladies. That's corny. That's corny to me. She's not broke.
The difference is you would have said that right there at that
just like that.
What's the place? Wherever that was, you would have said it at that table. You know what I'm saying? But Angel, it's seeming that she's having these reactions based upon what people are saying, like in the commentary space, and like the fans of the show, what they're saying is motivating a different reaction from her now. And we've seen that delayed reaction from her be a pattern. You know what I'm saying? Even back to the catfish shit, to everything else, she reacts in later time. You know what I'm saying? And it just, unfortunately, we moved on. You know what I mean? Like all of this rah-rah and shit outside of the show, we don't care. We wanted to see you respond in the moment to those people. And that's, I don't know, I would have been motivated to cuss their ass out. You know what I'm saying? You trying to tell me I got put out? Fuck y'all. Gizelle, your house is Velcro together with Band-Aids. I just would have went down the line. You know what I'm saying? And like handle my business. So I don't understand what she wants from us. You know what I'm saying? As people,
I'm gonna tell you what she wants. I'm gonna tell you what she wants, because these reality star hopefuls come across my desk, right? Mm-hmm. Listen, I think what Angel wanted, and this is where I will offer Angel grace. I 1000% do not believe. I think you said, Claudia, on your show, accidentally informed that she wasn't a fan of the show, didn't watch much of Potomac.
She said she didn't, but we knew that. We could tell that she did watch it.
Yeah. So I think. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. She just kind of downplayed how much she watched the show before.
I call cap on that. Look, Angel has everything you two said is perfect, but it's perfect when someone doesn't need to pretend to be somebody they're not for the show. I am over people making excuses for joining reality television. You join reality TV to be famous, and that's okay. There is nothing wrong with saying that. Kim Kardashian is still one of the biggest reality stars in the world. Mm-hmm. Kim Kardashian has never shied away from, I wanted to be famous. That's the only reason I'm doing this. Mm-hmm. I'm watching her show on Hulu, Claudia and Dustin. They made a what's his name? Who's helping her with the bar? The black
Van Lathan.
Thank you, baby. Van Jones. Van Jones did a speech as she graduated law school, then passed the bar, but graduated law school, and he made a joke like, "Yeah, people thought you would really do a publicity stunt for 6 years. This was real." Kim poked fun and said, "Oh, you don't know me. I would do a publicity stunt for 6 years. Like, I would." Kim Kardashian leans into the fact that I want to be famous. I think the problem with these girls join where I want to show a different representation. Nobody asked you to do that.
Right.
Nobody, like, if that's what you want, fine, but no one's asking you that. No one's asking you to show something. Nobody, listen, as a producer and a viewer, I'm good. I just want to see. I want to see who you are. I'm not asking you to cure anything. I'm not asking you to change the landscape. I'm asking you simply to be who you are. And Angel's problem is, I think in real life, I'm gonna tell you who Angel is in real life. Angel, when I say this, I mean this with kindness. Angel is one of those women who do women empowerment brunches and is snooty. And guess what? I'm here for it. Angel is very pretentious, and I'm here for that. Angel walks around saying, I got a hot husband, we got money, I got beautiful children, I do camping experiences, and I give it a whole new name. I'm here for all that, Angel. What I'm not here for is when the cameras are on you and you make excuses like, well, I mean, they just said they double booked. Even when you double book Airbnb, the host offers you other opportunities. If you have money budgeted to be there for 2 more months, like Claudia said, use that budgeted money to move into something else. And I think the reason why we saw Bobby frustrated when he said, we'll get there when we get there, I think Bobby, like a lot of retired
What'd he say, Carlos? What'd he say?
We'll get there when we get there. And I'm like, well, damn.
Look at Butch Tweet Tees right there. Okay.
But I am king of the. I am king of
I don't hear that
you was on a roll, and that's the reason Bobby said, "Well, we get there when we get there."
When we get there. Well, I'm a Butch queen. Anyways, as a BQ. Anyway, so I think Bobby is like 100% of retired athletes who are married. Bobby did all of this for Angel because Angel deserves it. A lot of women who are wags, they have given up so much for their husbands. They have to make the meals, be on schedule, the smoothies, the protein, all of those things. The moving. They have to constantly move. They have to. Wags are superheroes as well. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why Bobby did this show for Angel, because guess what? Angel deserved it because Angel gave up so much to be the amazing wife that she is. And Bobby's frustration is, I don't see the ROI. I do not see the return on investment for what we're doing. And that's why Bobby said, who I believe is smart with his money, and Angel too, he said, fuck this. We're going back to Colorado. Y'all got how many weeks left to film in? Fuck this. Well, I'll save more money flying you in than us spending more money living here. So listen, I feel bad for Angel. Angel is going on a thread rant, not Twitter, but a thread rant. Claudia and Dustin, she has had a whole lot to say, and so did her sister. So I want to be able to read to you guys exactly what Angel is saying on threads that has been picked up on a lot of outlets.
Oh,
so,
she was mad at Dustin.
She mad at me. That's okay too. I don't know. I mean, I'm not no.
What happened?
Like, I'm not finna go back and forth with her. Number one, you already.
She didn't like call you your name, of course, nothing like that. But she
I don't give a fuck if she
don't like the criticism. She doesn't like the Angel. I think you're not confident in you being enough. Like Carlos said, if you came in there and was like, whatever, you know, if you snooty, be snooty. If you bitchy, be bitchy. If you're indifferent, be indifferent. But lean into it. I feel like when you try to shape shift a little bit for the group, that's where there's an issue, because we can feel it, right? Like Carlos, we've talked about this, and Dustin. People that come on the show and they're too in their head about how they're coming out. They try to self-edit, and then they try to give what they think is good for a show. Like almost like when actresses, like they have a hard time doing reality TV because they are used to following a script, or they're like, I have to control what this image is. It never works. But if you just say, fuck it, hey man, I'm opening a box of my key. I'm gonna try to put a table together today, because guess what? We ain't got a table to eat on today. It is what it is. And just stand in it. People like confidence. They rather see confidence in a messed up life than fake arrogance, or like a false confidence in something that ain't even real. Like, I'd rather you just be like, just own your mess. Like, you're in a mess right now. You got to move in 2 weeks. Live in that. Like, lean and say, hey, I fucked up, Bobby. And he's like, oh, again? We would like that. Oh, wait, what you mean again? There's a story there. But like all this like pretentious.
Yeah.
And I don't know what makes people feel like us having commentary on these shows is an open door to having a private conversation with us. You know what I'm saying? This ain't personal. This is not, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? You don't know me. I don't argue with women, no way. I don't even argue on the internet, no way. This is not no back and forth. We offering commentary on the show. So don't be trying to, you know what I'm saying, tweet and thread. Don't be being Hell's Angel now. You know what I'm saying? when you've been chilling all the rest of the time. Like, just keep it cool. It's just commentary. It's not a personal attack. And like Iyanla said, do it different. Do it different. If you want to get a different response from people that watch your ass on TV, you know what I'm saying? Do it differently, and maybe she will. You know.
Well, so, that's the thing. That's the thing.
You're still boring on TV. You know what I'm saying? That's just what that is.
And I understand, trust. It does get to you when you're constantly talking about like people you don't know. Trust me, it takes everything sometimes to bite your tongue and not respond, especially a first season. I mean, Dustin, I think that's how I met you. You were doing commentary, but the only thing I liked what you said about me, so I hate you up. But like, it's hard. It's hard. Like,
don't be cussing us out when you let them sit there and call you, say you got evicted and ain't say shit. They'll be trying to cuss us out, cuss them out on the show, because we ain't on the show. So this is not a let's go back and forth about what we said, offering commentary on the show. We ain't on the show together. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the TV and leave it right here. And so
and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
So she did respond to Rihanna's the housewife from a housewife Instagram page. She did respond to the clip that Rihanna responded to and said, this is from Angel. She said, well, you know what? Y'all are focused on my boring ass weekly. I'm glad I can give you something to talk about. So I'll say this, Angel, our job is to talk about what we see in the show. We don't know you or any of these girls. I mean, I know a lot of them too, but I'm with Dustin. It's us talking about you on the show. But listen, I'm with Dustin. I don't argue with women. People read me all the time, child, and I keep it pushing. I don't really give a shit. But she said that to us. She also did a whole thread where she said, Raindrops, I have read 1,000,001 lies about myself. Stories people have made up to feed a need for whatever reason to believe I'm some person I'm not. I've stayed largely silent, but last night's episode takes the cake. Gizelle is lying. She has no word on the street because no one. Okay, so my thing is this, Angel. I hope you give me a compliment and Dustin call you too, because we said nice things about you, but y'all don't say anything when nice things are said. I actually think that was a funny read. So, anyways, hi, Angel. So Angel said Gizelle is lying. She has no word on the street because no one knew her on the street before joining the show. Wendy's mutual friend, yeah, that conversation never happened. I spoke with her. Lies. Ashley just needs to join in on a storyline. Her sister also decided to say some things as well. Listen, as a journalist, hey, Portia, I want to be able to read what everybody has to say. So Angel's sister did say this about Dr. Wendy.
Sorry, I'm reading the Raindrops comments. And
what they say?
I'm going to get cussed out on the blog tomorrow if I say it. Hold on. They said,
then don't.
Well, don't say it. Claudia, don't say it. Claudia,
don't say it. Just text it to us.
I'll move it on.
They said, it's J. Williams 407. Just
Claudia. Anyways, okay. Angel's sister said this about Dr. Wendy. Let's go. Start with how very nice and supportive you were.
What she say? How she kick it off, Los?
Baby, Angel's sister said, and her name is Ingrid, honey. Ingrid said, let's go. Start with how very nice and supportive you were of Wendy back in 2020. I knew you were lightly acquainted with her from school, and I wanted to be sure she wasn't fluke. I came up with the idea to include her in my client's honorary dinner program when I saw her on CNN one day, and I started asking around. I knew she was trying to make a name in political journalism and wanted to help elevate her. Who better to ask than you? She continues. I also want to give face and kudos to the Nigerian.
Damn.
What these guys? Okay. I also wanted to give face and kudos to the Nigerian community and women generally. You were all for it. Meanwhile, we reached out to Eddie, cordial and professional, as he was managing her appearances. Van and I got her approved, and only reason it didn't happen was because COVID hit. All of this was before anyone knew she would be on RHOP. Meanwhile, Wendy's out here lying. You were nothing but supportive to her sister. And that's what she had to say.
Oh, I was sleeping. What happened? What happened? I fell asleep.
Yeah.
A day late and a thread short. You know what I'm saying? All of this energy. Well, her sister was actually interesting on camera the first time we met her when they sat down and was talking about people at the ice cream shop. Her sister was interesting on camera. You know what I'm saying? So again, you know, even what Angel said in her tweet, it seems to be things that are regurgitated from the fans, right? Ashley needs a storyline. That's something that we hear often in the fandom, right? What else did she say? Ashley needs a storyline.
Yes, and she also spoke about her money. And I will say this. I think we only know about the money because Bobby was, dropping the money off in Nevis. He did make a point to talk about her $7 million price point for home shopping. You brought up $50,000. I mean, and again, you got it. So
I like all that. Just be about that though. That's the thing. Like, I think that's just where Angel dropped the ball as far as her presence on camera. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she was being her authentic self. And unfortunately, that was to her own detriment. You know what I'm saying? And that just is what it is. Even this burst of energy from like her response to, I guess, people's commentary and stuff, it's not interested. Telling us that we're talking about her every week. We talking about the show. We're not talking about you because you're unforgettable and you've done something that is going to live forever in the Housewives universe, or you've done anything of note. You know what I'm saying? We remember that her name is Angel because we remember that's a word we all know. So that's why we're able to remember her name. That's the thing. Like, so yeah, even saying that though, it's just it's lazy. You know what I'm saying? It's just lazy. That's all.
Okay. It'd be a lot easier to empathize with her if she wasn't like part of the bullying Stacey gang when it was Stacey's
Yeah,
turn.
it was all
Right.
good. Holding them
Like,
breath mints. Remember, Claudia? Yep.
yeah, so like listen, if that didn't happen, and this is why I always keep some gum on me. You ain't about to ever call me out on that. Okay, so like
Period.
they took turns. First, it was all about dragging Stacey, and everyone, including Angel, was on that bandwagon. Now, I will say there are other girls that are way meaner on the show than they. Oh, look at we all minty and fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. You know, if you're part of the ladies at lunch, the women's empowerment brunch bullshit gang, right? That does all the women's empowerment and let's do this. And we have a large community of that in Dallas. I think we the capital of that bullshit right there.
Absolutely.
All day long. Oh, women's empowerment. As soon as you leave, they talk shit about you and your car and your house and all that kind of shit. Right? I get it. You can't have it both ways where you're down with the bullying when it's at someone else, because what I would have recognized right away from that group is the way they get down. Whoever they feel is the weak link, like it's like a pack of jackals, right? They see someone that's like got a little limp, they going for them. Oh man, my cat just attacked me right when I said that. Damn, right? Okay.
Like this.
Oh, damn. Wow. Okay, Angel. Okay, so look, so like they all did it. So I would have been on notice. Like you got to be perceptive on the shows. Like, ooh, they get down with people that they are friends with. They will come and say some mean ass shit on Potomac. They are rough on that show. So when you kiki and kaka and laughing, just know you show one little sign of weakness, you will be next. And that's what happened here. So I think that's why people have not been as sympathetic to her as they could be, because she was down with that when it was Stacey's turn. The only thing with Stacey is Stacey didn't get sensitive. She kind of turned it on them, and now she is like the favorite now. Everyone loves Stacey.
That's a good point.
Yeah, she was okay with it. So it's hard to be like,
No,
leave Angel alone, because she was with
Claudia,
them.
you cooked. I didn't think about that till right now. The one that was bullied the most was Stacey.
Yeah.
But Stacey turned it around for herself because she kept standing up for herself, being herself.
Yeah.
And even when Angel was joining in on talking crap about Stacey, she still rose. So to your point,
Stacey's an Aries. Stacey is an Aries. That's right.
I didn't think about that. Like all the girls become for Stacey. They talked about her breath, no husband, and she flipped it on them, and that's why she is the fan favorite. So you're right. If Angel would have just been herself and not get involved in a mercurial situation, we may have been able to see. Go ahead, Claude.
And like, yes, maybe we are being a little hard on her. And yeah, and actually, Angel, you should like this, because this is going to help you get a second season. Because if we weren't talking about you this much, there'd be nothing really to bring you back. Like, I think you getting this attention will actually work in your benefit, because people will want to see like what's going to be different for next season. And I will say this, maybe it takes you watching a season and seeing all the negative commentary for you to, I think by the time she gets a reunion, she's going to bring something. Because she has it in her. She just doesn't say it to the people's face. She'll say it. She's a confessional gangster. She'll say it in confessionals. She'll say it on Twitter. She'll say it on Instagram. She'll say it in DMs. But she hasn't yet brought it to the people. And even with that group, she has smoke for like Wendy sometimes, but like not for Ashley, not for Gizelle like she should. She's kind of like holding it back. If she comes with the same energy that she does in her confessionals on Twitter, she needs to do that. And then, honestly, Angel, if you really come with it and do a 360 at the reunion, you can turn this thing around where we'd be like, okay, but we can't have too many more episodes of this nonsense where you don't say it to them and then you say it in confessionals, or Like we're Tyra Banks right now. We're rooting for you, but 1 or 2 more episodes, and we're not gonna be because people are gonna
We
be
really
tired.
were rooting for her. Think
We
back to when we
were.
first were introduced to her and we discussed the first episode. We were excited. We said she had all the makings of what the Great Housewives had, extended family that was willing to film. At the time, we said a big house, her husband, you know what I'm saying? Those beautiful kids. She had everything that we thought it took, and a long running relationship with Kiana. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
She had a real connection to the cast. We had high hopes, but unfortunately our commentary has devolved into a mercurial place.
Do you think I can go the rest of my life without hearing that goddamn word ever again? Do you guys think? And I seen a couple comments. Do you think?
This how she be talking to them. She be doing like this.
Do you think that Wendy? Do y'all think? And I see that this is a question that's coming from the raindrops. Do y'all think that Wendy was shady to Angel first, and that kind of put her on like a little bit of a defense?
No, Gizelle was. Gizelle, listen.
No.
I
agree with you. I agree with you. I'm saying no, she was not. Yeah.
So, yeah, no, Gizelle, just let me tell you something. Giselle hates everybody that walks through that door who's new. Mm-hmm. She did it to Monique. She did it to Candace. When they were on the road, she was like, something about you live with your mama, something about her age and all that stuff. Gizelle is known to do that. And that's why, listen, you can say what you want about Gizelle. Gizelle never shies away from like, I didn't do, she's like, I did it. I don't care. Yeah. When she said, I called you catfish, not Wendy, that was me. Angel had no smoke for her. So I think this. I think Angel just, I think Angel's only saving grace. And Angel, take this from me, baby. You have to bring something to the reunion. And when I say something, because the thing is, the season wrapped. So there's no hope in terms of turning it around. Because we saw what we saw. This is episode 11. So this season is done. Angel, if I were you, I would hire Dustin Ross and Claudia Jordan to meet with you, to give you some reads. And guess what, Angel? This is no shade. 50% of housewives hire comedians or, social commentary people to give them reads. And I think it's money well invested if you give Dustin Ross and Claudia Jordan some money to give you some reads.
I would do it for free. I would give back to the community because I know right now she got
they got the damn money. They looking at $7 million houses. Make it make sense. Fuck that.
We got to get back to the community.
Child, these housewives be paying for some reads, and because really? I'm busy, I've given housewives reads with shows I wasn't on. Like I hope this isn't like a secret.
Okay, so just to be clear, so Gizelle was a shady one first, and also think about in the beginning, right? She had an issue with Kay, her girl. Remember, they had their thing, right?
We should have known then.
Right. So that's why I was confused. I'm like, wait, are they really friends, or are they just saying that for the show? Okay, so that was that. So then Gizelle had her thing. Then Wendy cackled extra loud, and that made Angel be like, get mad at her. Well, you didn't say hi to me in the airport, which we did see her say hi. Then. Now Ashley is empowered, and she's Ashley on the sidelines when she was like catfish, she kept saying catfish, and I have yet to see Angel check her. Like I would have definitely checked her. Remember when I was at the table in Puerto Rico and I saw someone laughing? Oh, you laughing too? Oh, you all getting it. You got to go. You got to do it in the moment, my friend. You have to go in the moment, or you will lose the moment, and they're gonna talk about you next scene behind your back and make you look weak, and then they're gonna pile on the next scene. And Stacey, look, Stacey, like they done flipped it. Stacey now get invited to everything now.
Yes, because they respect the fact that she stood up for herself, and Stacey never. The beauty of Stacey, even in her scene with Kiana, the thing with Stacey is Stacey doesn't change her personality to meet with the girls. You would think Stacey, who is a QVC queen, would come on the show saying, I'm going to show something different. Stacey's who she is. And when even they read her and said, remember they said your breath stink. And she said, well, give me a breath mint. Like, like, give me something I guess it does. These are things that Stacey does that works. Her scene with KK, I thought was a great scene. I think
Me too.
Stacey.
They look so pretty too, both of them.
Yes, I think Stacey and Kay could give me like this newer, not as hot, not as hot and high end as Portia and Kenya season 5, but they're like Dustin said, they're frenemies, and I enjoy watching them together. One of the scenes that we got to talk about that Claudia and Dustin, social media PI, was on a full investigation when Wendy was talking to Eddie about staying on budget for the renovation she is having done in her home, specifically her kitchen. Eddie was asking her how much money she spent on it. Wendy did not know the exact number, but said she knows for a fact that they spent well over $100,000. Dustin, what are your thoughts on that based on what's going on with them right now?
Well, it's fascinating to watch Whitney, Lord Jesus. It's fascinating to watch Wendy and Eddie have conversations concerning money and spending large amounts of money after these allegations have surfaced. You know what I'm saying? Every time that they talk about something related to them spending on the show, as a viewer, it's kind of like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? But that's actually added value to this season. You know what I mean? So I just hope it doesn't bite them in the ass. You know what I'm saying? Or Wendy and Eddie Hennessy, Pam Oliver. I hope it don't bite somebody in the ass. These conversations that they're having on camera type shit, you know? And I will say this too, when it comes to a full-scale kitchen remodel, you know what I'm saying? When you talking cabinets, flooring, appliances and shit like that, it's very easy to spend $100,000 on a new kitchen. Very easy. When you start talking about gutting the kitchen, changing format, layouts and shit, all of that shit costs money, and of the materials. You talk about natural stone countertops, different backsplashes. It's very easy to eat up $100K in a kitchen remodel. It's $100,000 just sound like a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But when we're talking about a remodel, that's pretty much, you know.
Claudia Jordan.
I see this camera do say 4 phones.
Cam says she has 4 phones, child. That's their daughter. Claudia, thoughts?
I think production is setting her up and they don't like her.
I
think this second half, we're going to start seeing them highlighting stuff like this. And why are you doing that? So after the news of this insurance thing, allegedly, right, that she has this monkey on her back. Ow, cat, stop it.
Oh my God.
Get my Achilles tendon. Shut up. Who sent you, Wendy? Angel?
You might have to put her ass out, Claudia.
Oh my God. I'm about to make this cat homeless in a second.
Okay.
Oh, okay. When you know one of your cast members has some issues right now, pending litigation, is whatever. Is it indictment? It's not indictment, right? Is it that they get indicted?
They in trouble.
Okay, I'm gonna call it allegations for an overabundance of being protected, right? Allegations, right? And then they just edited that scene like that wasn't locked. Okay, that wasn't a locked episode. They just did that because that was not an exciting episode. If it wasn't for this financial thing, this thing with the insurance allegations, they probably would never. That wouldn't have been a scene. But now, in the context of what's happening, now they're gonna start doing little things like that, right? Because didn't last week or 2 weeks ago they showed them a credit card not kind of going through? Now they talk about the invoices. There's a bunch of invoices, and this was 100,000 production. Wendy, watch your back, Wendy. They are setting you up. They are. They are. I'm telling you, my spider senses are tingling. I bet you the next few episodes, they're gonna show money things where you stop going, and they're doing it so people will watch it and be like, see if they can catch any more clues. I promise you, that's what they're doing. There's no way that scene would have made it if this allegation wasn't put on that family right now. There's no way the credit card thing and there's no way the kitchen renovation thing would be
I agree.
That scene. But now it is in the context of, well, did they get that money from the insurance? Look in the comments, people saying it. Cam with the 4 phones. This is Wendy getting cocky. Producers are following y'all. I'm telling you, y'all. Wendy, watch your back. Do not floss none of your shit because they're going to use it against you.
Don't let Claudia the season. But Claudia, that was good. So I
I'm telling you, they're working. They're not your friends, Wendy. They're setting you up to fail. They're gonna show all that stuff.
No,
There's
Claudia,
no
it's not intentional. Meaning, I mean, it's intentional to show it, but what
it is, Carlos. You know they are trying it right now.
I'm laughing because
a kitchen renovation scene that would be left on the cutting room floor. Don't no one care about that, but they care about it now because there's a money question on Wendy right now. Ooh, do they not have it? Did that money come from the insurance? Y'all ain't. I clocked y'all.
Even the conversation that they had at the end, which I honestly didn't like, when they were sitting up talking, when Gizelle, Ashley, and Wendy was sitting up talking shit about Angel at that last scene or whatever. I didn't like that. But even that, in that conversation, Wendy was like, I mean, she's trying to put on a lavish lifestyle and really don't have it. I was like, oh my God. Like, even seeing her talk about that scene was like, yo, it'll be interesting to see Wendy talk about all that at the reunion. This is going to be a hell of a reunion. And honestly,
oh my God,
shout out to the producers because this has been a good season. Say what you want. This season has been good.
They are hedging. Producers are hedging their bets. If she gets found guilty or liable for this, they're going to be, oh, we put in the show. And if she didn't, they're going to be like, oh, no, we were just showing that you already had it. Y'all ain't slick. And I peep game. I know how producers think because y'all are psychiatrists.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do.
I will say this.
Carlos, you laughing because he knows it's true. Look at the laugh. All 32 teeth showing right now because he knows it.
I will say this. The one thing I saw that I was
you can't make eye contact with me right
now. No. The thing is this. I was literally, doesn't Claudia? I was warming up my dinner, right? I was like making whatever. So sometimes I have my back turned to the TV. This is a true story. So the moment I heard $100,000 for the kitchen, I said, I literally stopped and said, why do I know this information right now? And then to add insult to injury, when that little baby said, I got 3 phones and my daddy bought me a 4th one. I said, why do I know this? I don't think I need to know this. So again, I will say this, Claudia, you are hilarious. I don't know. But all I will say is,
Carlos, look me in the eye and say,
no. Look.
Because he was looking up and around. He was like,
my eyes are small.
I don't know.
No, I'm laughing because anything is possible. But okay. So,
Justin, what do you think?
Justin already dropped dime.
I mean, them producers got a job to do. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Like, it's made for a great. Those moments have been like a big part of the fun of watching this season of Real Housewives. Damn, I don't want to say a big part of the fun. One of the things that's been interesting about watching this season of Potomac is cross-referencing what we see on the screen with what we're getting in real time with these allegations against Wendy and Eddie, right? I'm actually glad that Bravo allowed the wife swap episode to air. I'm glad that they did not try to cut her out the season. That would have pissed all of us off. So seeing them do these things in real time that somehow kind of link back to the allegations that are made against them right now has been fascinating and polarizing. That's what it's been. It's been interesting. So
yeah. So I mean, look, we shall see what happens next week. Potomac, baby, they get into it because, honey, Wendy's mom gets into it, and once again, the conversation of money does come up. It does come up.
She should have channeled her Chantel Christian. Now this, when you're supposed to talk back to your mama, you know what I'm saying? Wendy and her sister Ivy should have got on a Chantel Christian and been like, "Mama, shut up, sit your ass down." You know what I'm saying? And cussing them out and paying her goddamn bills. You know what I'm saying? And fuck you. What did she tell them in that scene? She was going to fuck off with that Gucci belt on and them high-waisted jeans, cussing their ass out. Wendy and them should have cussed her ass right back out.
Man.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead, Claudia.
I just want Wendy to just like I know the season's already shot, but if I would have thought about this earlier, I would have been like downplaying the rest of it because, listen, no one is your friend in production. Not you, Carlos.
I don't know. No. The thing is this. I will say
Claudia's
this. I
still
will
on
say
it.
this. I know it's so nasty.
What's the priority? A good show or a friendship?
No. I will say this. The producer's job is to show what you give them.
Yep.
Right. And so look, unfortunately, they are in this situation. I think for producers, yes, you bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you, baby. You can only show what they give, and unfortunately, these are conversations that they had before this season. Now, listen, it's one thing. The only way I would be like, y'all tried it, is if they showed us something in this episode that happened last season,
right?
And they inserted it. Like that's very shady. But it's what's going on, and unfortunately, look, it is their reality. Yeah. We'll see.
I'm just
Dustin, you have a show happening in 4 days, my brother.
Hell yeah. I love you for knowing that, brother. Yes. So December 19th, which is this coming Friday, you can catch me at the Comedy Bar in Detroit. A few tickets left. Go to DustinRossLive.com and come. Now, this is a hometown show for me, so I'm about to be in rare form. Feelings gonna get hurt. Shit is gonna get talked. So I would advise everybody to be in the building, man. We're gonna have a good time. So, yep, preparing for that.
Carlos, are you going to that one?
Wait, is that Saturday, right?
It's Friday, the 19th.
19th.
If you're in town, just let me know. I'll hook it up.
Oh, I will let you know. I have an interview that day.
Just all that.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We got some good ass restaurants too.
Hell yeah, they do. Shout out to Bravo. What? Shout out to Bravo Samuels.
Oh, Detroit Bravo. Yes. Bravo Samuels. Yeah.
With some good food. I was pleasantly surprised. Like I was like, wait, they talk about New Orleans. To me, it was Detroit. The food.
Yeah, Detroit food is good.
Claudia, you got anything going on that you want to promote? Boo.
I was supposed to go to Vegas to do this red carpet thing for Jeezy, but it's not going to happen. So I start my vacation from Side Dish on Thursday. So I'm going to be off for like 3 weeks. I was like, damn, that'd be a great time to get plastic surgery if I wanted to get some, but I'm going to be chilling. I'm trying to find some place to go for New Year's. Like
I'm surprised you're not doing Aruba. That's your spot.
I went last year by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go with a little something, like some cute little something.
One too. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good little stiff action.
Like that picture I sent you, Carlos. Was it?
I know. Well, let's clarify. It's a picture of a face. They think you send me other type of photos.
Oh, like a goofy picture? No.
No.
I just sent you a picture of some eye candy.
And candy it was. Okay, so Raindrops. Raindrops. I'm about to ask Claudia and Dustin on the spot. So Raindrops, the Christmas is next week.
Mm-hmm.
So if Claudia and Dustin are available Monday, December 22nd for our last show of the year,
I'm available.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm available.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Raindrops, next Monday is our holiday episode. Look at me on the spot. So it's our last episode of the year. So make sure you guys see us on Monday, December 22nd. Make sure you guys check out my interview I did with Tammy Rivera.
Yes.
That's on my YouTube. I got some more coming up this month. And yeah. And make sure you watch Married to Medicine Recap with Dr. Heavenly on my Patreon. I love you, Claudia. I love you, Dustin. Happy holidays. Raindrops.
Love you, Los. Love you,
Carlos.
Claudia.
Why does someone in the comments say go to Colorado, Claudia? Only if Dustin and Carlos come with me.
Yeah, we can kick it with Erica.
You never know.
Erica's out there too.
Mm-hmm.
Erica's in Colorado?
She's in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. All right. Well, love you guys. And I'll
love
see
you
guys
next
Monday.
Bye, Raindrops.